Okay, so once again, welcome from Warwick Bass Camp 2016. Right now, we are with Mr. Phil X.
That's right, X.
X. How are you doing?
I'm amazing. How are you?
Fantastic. And excellent. What are you doing here? Because it's bass camp.
Well, I'm a Framus guy. So Warwick Framus, they're like this. So I come every year. This is my third one. And I come and jam with bass players. Like last night was kind of cool because I jammed with Angeline, and then I jammed with two students. So I can play guitar, I can sing. So if people want to listen to something that isn't just 10 bass solos in a row, I get up and play some classic rock. Last night we did some Zeppelin and AC/DC and Hendrix. So that's what I'm doing here. Screaming my brains out.
It all sounds like a great party.
Yeah, it was fun. It gets better and better. Like, what was last night? Tuesday? Monday. And then you have Tuesday, and then you have Wednesday. And every night it's just going to get a little crazier. And then Friday is going to get so crazy that everyone's going to die.
And there is also, after Friday, we have
the big festival.
Yeah, and you're playing. And you're playing.
No.
Nah, not this year.
I played last year, which was a lot of fun. I wish
I was there. I was there.
Oh, cool. So you liked it? Cool. Excellent. Cool. I liked it. I had a lot of fun. I wish we were playing this year, but it's the theme is metal.
That's fine. But let's speak about you and your playing, because you played. It's kind of problematic in a funny way, because you play with so many records, on so many records with so many musicians.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't call you a sideman. You're not a classic sideman, because you are a monster on the stage.
Oh, a monster. Thanks, man. I like being a monster. Thanks for that. But there's different levels of being a side guy. Like when I don't even call being on stage, playing on somebody's record, a side guy. I just it's a really good term for that. Whether you're on stage or in a band and you're a side guy, the hired gun. Like the Old West. You would hire a guy with a gun to protect you from bad guys or save you from whatever. Anyways, a hired gun. It's kind of, I love the analogy because your gun is your instrument. It's my guitar, right? So I truly believe as long as I'm making music and if I wake up every day and I get to play guitar, whether it's on a record or playing on somebody else's stage or something like that, I feel blessed and I feel fortunate. It's an amazing thing. And I love playing different kinds of music. And 1989, I saw Bon Jovi at the CNE Grandstand in Toronto. I bought my own ticket and went to the concert because I wanted to, because I love the first two, Slippery When Wet, New Jersey. So now being on stage with a band like that is kind of like very surreal. Even now, like I've done 100 shows and I still get goosebumps when I play Living on a Prayer. Yeah, it's exciting.
But let's leave Bon Jovi for a while and speak about the drills.
Fuck yeah.
Do you still play instrument and shit?
Yes, man. Great question. We still play instruments and shit. We just played in, we're still in record mode. It's taken a long time to do this record because there's 12 drummers on it. So there's a different drummer on every song. And everybody tours, so it's taken over 2 years. We're in mix mode now. But I hate switching from recording mode to live mode because it's a different part of my brain, But we played in Slovenia. We did a beer festival in Slovenia last month in July, and it was just, I know we're working on the record, but this looks like it'll be a lot of fun. So we went and we had a blast. It was awesome, and it's funny, man. The drills is my baby, right? So when we go to Slovenia and fans come from Italy and Hungary and other parts of Europe, it's an amazing feeling when you look into the audience and they're singing your lyrics. That's my baby, man. So you get sometimes it's really emotional. Plus, we did a press conference in Slovenia, and a fan friend's daughter and another friend got up and they played one of our songs. And she's a girl, she's a singer. She's 18, has this beautiful voice, and they were singing one of my songs as a surprise at the press conference. And I was like, wow, this is kind of like if a really talented female singer sang a drill song with an acoustic guitar. So again, like I'm always doing stuff with the drills, and I just, this, I'm really excited about this new record because some really, really good songs on it. And with the drills, I'm not afraid to incorporate my influences.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so you'll have, wow, this song is kind of AC/DC-ish, and this song is kind of like Zeppelin kind of stuff. I grew up with that stuff, and I'm not going to reinvent rock and roll, so I might as well just tip my hat to who I loved growing up.
So the new album will be just pure hard rock music.
Yes.
That sounds good.
Yeah. I mean, there might be a couple of pop songs, but it's mostly just rocking the fuck out.
Mm-hmm. And who's going to publish it? Because you said about switching from the studio mode to the live mode, but there is also business mode.
Well,
unfortunately.
Fortunately, about the business mode, is the unfortunate part is kind of like becoming less unfortunate, because it's just this just happened like this within the last few weeks. We had a meeting with a producer, Jay Rustin, and we wanted to talk to him about mixing a record, and he was like, dude, we gotta get this on a label, because he's like, who does your marketing? I go, Twitter and Instagram. You know what I mean? It's the media, it's the networking. But we talked about, and I always been like, I found myself being jaded. I thought to myself, I'll never be a jaded guy about the industry. But I found myself being jaded. Like, I don't want to work for the record company. None of them are, they don't work for the band, they work for themselves. And he said, it's not like that anymore. So hopefully we'll find a home for this record. And I don't know who yet, but hopefully when I get back, we'll be talking to some labels.
No, I asked about it because I was wondering, is it possible to stay not underground but independent with your music while you were in Bon Jovi?
Well,
I was thinking maybe you are the Bon Jovi guitarist, so
right.
There is a record company knocking on your door.
Well, that could happen too, especially now. At this point, I was filling in for Richie Sambora, but now, I'm on the record, I'm in the video, I'm in band shots, so that takes it to another level.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, somebody's going to say, hey, let's get that guy now. But, it still has to be the right move, for the band. I like being underground, but what happened was in 2013, and the first time it happened, I was like, what the fuck? So I'm in Spain, in Madrid, the hotel lobby, and a fan comes over and says, hey, Felix, can I get your autograph? And I'm like, yeah, sure. So they pull out drill CDs. And I thought that was cool and crazy at the same time. So, I'm touring with Bon Jovi, signing drill CDs. And then they go, I don't really love the lyric in that song. And I'm like, wait, you bought the CDs and you listened to the CDs? So it's that, again, another, it's like an awakening moment, of, wow, I guess there are fans everywhere. Well, the internet made the world smaller, right? So when we ship CDs, it's only 20%, I think, that go to the US, and 80% is all over the world.
And becoming a part of Bon Jovi was a big change in your life?
Yes.
And was it a big challenge for you also?
A challenge? Doing anything different musically is sometimes a challenge for me. And the way I best describe it, when I've been asked before, I feel like Richie is a great songwriter, he's a great singer, he's a great guitar player, but that's not what I do. But what I do when I do what I want to do is way too far outside for Bon Jovi. So I found a guy in the middle. Mm-hmm. So this is Richie, this is Phil X, and this guy here. Let's call him Bob. Bob's in the middle, and he's delivering the goods every night. So, because, I have to be respectful to the music. I have to be respectful to the fans. And basically, you got your front guy, John Bon Jovi, who's working his ass off every night. So I'm just gonna do what I do, but dial it back a little bit. So to complement what he does, and that's basically the job,
And being this Bob guy is the hardest part.
Today's Bob. Tomorrow he'll be like Billy.
Okay, so this Bob Billy.
Today Bob.
Billy
Today Bob. Who's Bob today?
Guy is the hardest part of the being in Bon Jovi for you.
It's not hard. It's like, they Kiss wear makeup when they go on stage, right? For me, when I become that guy, it's just natural now. It took me a while to find him. Like it took, I don't want to say 10 shows or 20 shows, but Bob became more evident every time I got on stage. I go, oh, because I would still be trying to, testing the water. This works, this doesn't work. Like if I want to go nuts at the end of the solo of Bad Medicine, Bob can do that. But if I would do something like Dry County, Bob does the solo that's on the record from Dry County. You know what I mean? Because it's what people expect.
You said before that the new The Truth album will come out soon. And what about the new Bon Jovi recordings? Are you gonna make some new albums with them?
It's done. It's coming out, I think, October. The single came out a couple of weeks ago, and like I said, I'm in the video, which is kind of cool, and they showed some pictures that are in the artwork, so I'm in that. And it's a whole new step for the band because, Hughes, and also Hugh McDonald, the bass player, who's been in that spot for 20 years. So he's in the video, and he's also on the artwork as well. So the fans are like really, I think that a lot of them are really excited about it. I've seen some really good reviews about how it just feels like a band again,
You recorded the album on your Framus?
Yeah, I use my Framus.
XG.
XG. And I use them on the road. There's one, we're talking about it now because some songs need a telly and some songs need a Strat, as an example. Lost Highway is kind of like a country song, so I would use a telly or a telly for that, and then I'll Be There For You is very bluesy, so that's like the neck pickup of a Strat. So we've been working on, like, there's a Framus Idolmaker that they're making now that's very much like a Strat. Same wood makeup, 3 single coil pickups with a 5-way switch. So, we're talking about me, and it's my, I want to be full on Framus, so I go, hey, if I use this, I don't have to use a Strat. And then I find, I split pickups and humbuckers and stuff like that, so if I have a Framus with a humbucker, I can split it and kind of get a telly-ish sound. Or the P90, when that guitar's on 10, it sounds like rock and roll to me. But if I back off the volume a little bit, I get a little bit of telly sound from that too. So you can budget a little bit sometimes. If you don't have time to change guitars, you just turn down that P90 and you get that telly sound and you twangs a little bit. If you pick really close to the bridge.
And you have your signature pickups.
Yes.
So I guess they are way better than the other on the market.
I tried a bunch, and I went to Arcane and I wanted a really special P90. And P90s usually have a low resistance. So, but it's that single coil with a lot of whining, and it sounds angry to me. That's how I describe the P90. It sounds angry and very dynamic. When you hit it hard, it barks, and when you hit it light, it kind of shimmers a little bit. So you get everything that you want out of that pickup. I do anyways, but I wanted a little more. So we experimented with winding count and gauge of wire. So what we found worked really well. Like if you measure the output of that pickup, it's like where a normal would be 8.5. This is almost 13, but because it's a very fine gauge of wire, which is thinner than usual, the clarity is still there. Like I hit an E chord, I hear every string, and then when I hit it really hard, it jumps out, and when I back it off a little bit, it's got that very cool dynamic to it. So That's the PX90. Not to be confused with P90X, which is a workout.
Okay. I want to ask you also about
Working out? No, just kidding.
actually about working out. Yeah, because I guess every musician, well, maybe not everyone, but a lot of musicians has their own habits before entering the stage.
Yeah.
Warming up, stretching,
Yeah.
all of this. Do you have some habits like that?
Well, it's funny because when I get ready to go on stage, you become like, it's a mental thing for me. Like, because I can actually warm up too much.
Too much?
Too much. If I warm up too much, like really want my hands to be on point, like talking to each other and being very accurate.
Mm-hmm.
But if I warm up too much, when I get on stage, I become a little too technical. And I play less from my heart. Because I exercised a lot. So I have to find that line every night because it's different. Sometimes I have to warm up more just to get them talking, make sure everything's accurate. What I do with Bon Jovi, actually I do it with the drills too. If there's a really hard solo that I'm playing with the drills, I run that solo a few times. I Wish My Beer Was As Cold As Your Heart. That's got that crazy figure that goes down, all the way down the neck. If I don't work on that before the show, fuck you, Phil. And then there's a part in Sunny Days, that's really hard for me, so I just practice those things. When I get the set list before a Bon Jovi show, I go into the warm-up room and I run every solo.
Every solo?
Every solo.
What about the riffs and...
The riffs, if I run all the solos, I'm good.
Okay.
And then sometimes I'll find myself not warming up anymore, but coming up with new licks, which is really good, but I have to record it into my phone so I don't forget. Because it's like, I don't want to say it's like you learn a new word and you
remember
forget old
that
words.
Kirk Hammett had a bunch of new riffs on his phone and he lost his phone, so the new Metallica album was delayed.
Wow.
So, be careful with your phone.
Well, it goes to the cloud now, right?
Okay. Thank you very much.
Hey,
it
thank
was a
you,
pleasure.
man. Thank you very much.